Mike Jones Beats.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Obviously, I know I have computer issues over here. We're gonna wait until some people get back up in here, and then I'm gonna call out Team Moto's drop. We're gonna wait for some people to get in here. We're gonna call out Team Moto's drop. Up until that point, I'm just gonna re-clarify what we was already speaking about in the last video. We're gonna hope that the computer could stay on for some time, obviously. What we was talking about in the last video was we've already ascertained that a lot of us believe that this was fake. But what we're saying, not fake, pardon me, staged. A lot of people believe that this was staged. I'm actually an individual that believes that this is staged. Do not get this confused. But I don't want to just talk about that it is staged. I think that that's the lower vibration conversation. Just saying, oh, it's a stage. We know it's fake. Okay, let's go to the next stage of that. Let's say that we already ascertained that we feel that it's state, that we're fake, that it's fake, that stage, pardon me. We're gonna continue with the conversation from that point of view, from that perspective. But now let's say, why would it be fake? Why would that be something that they faked on stage? Why would that be something that they will want us as the viewing public to see? And I think it's to help promote the Oscars. One of the things that the Oscars have been having is diminishing viewership. For everybody that don't know, all of these big award shows, ever since the internet has erupted, has been having diminished viewership because people are now, nobody don't want to sit through a whole award show when you could just do whatever else you're doing and then just click in whenever they're talking about the award that you want to watch. That's one of the things that first became a problem when the cable television first started happening. For everybody that don't know, that was actually an issue. They was like, you know what, we're gonna come to a broader audience, but also while we allowing for a broader audience, one of the things that we are doing, you know, allowing a broader audience across the spectrum for all entertainment that could be viewed through a television. Another thing that we are doing by allowing them more options is giving them more possibility to not watch the program that we want them to watch when we want them to watch it. Now, with that being said, when you gonna say, well, how could they want us to watch a program when we want them to watch it? Think about the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is specifically created and made not just by the NFL but also by all other sports to make sure that they steer clear of that date. Why? Because that is the date for the Super Bowl. Now, with that being said, now let's pay attention to the World Series. The World Series, the whole world, basically all the rest of sports, shuts down. It's usually like that for almost all other big sports whenever they're in their playoff or when they're in their championship games, with the exception of shit like the WNBA, because they run at the same time as other sports run, because they were a secondary league. Basically, like if they was to come out with a female MLB, I would suspect that there would be the same. It would be a similar issue, right? Make sense? Also, could we hit that like button, please, so we can send out some notifications? People might not even know that we're live. Let me see if the other live is even still up, because the other live might still be up, and people might be in there like, yo, what the fuck is going on over here? No, I think the other live has been deaded. We're gonna wait for people to get in here. If T Moto gets in here, I'm gonna call his drop for the saloon. And I was hoping to see we got somebody else I gotta call a drop for their saloon drop. Also, I was hoping to see them this morning after the drop started. Yes, just so we could be clear, I just want to make something be known. I do this for a living. I do this as entertainment, and I also do this to give you guys information. If you don't think that this is a valuable source of entertainment, nor that the information is valuable, and so therefore you don't want to do drops, then you shouldn't, because you don't think it's a valuable source of entertainment, nor do you think this is a valuable place to get information from. Don't try to ruin that for the people who are actually being entertained by the content, and they would like to uh, uh, help, you know, be a part of the prosperity of the channel. Now, with that being said, what up? It's easy. Said yo, Frost. What up, Dell Denton? Said other live ended. Yeah, my whole computer just shut off. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. My whole computer shut off. I was sitting here and then I just actually started hearing the fan going crazy. So I don't know if other apps on my computer just randomly opened up and I just, other programs, pardon me, just randomly opened up and I just didn't realize it. Something's going on. I don't know, but my fan started going crazy. So I obviously need something to either cool down this computer and keep this computer cool, But this computer's old. So, it's old. I don't know what to tell you. I had this computer like 3 years now. This computer's old, y'all. I'm doing what I could do with it. I appreciate the fact that I still have this computer and it is kicking. Let's go. That's a fact. I don't know how long do y'all usually keep computers that you like, and I probably overuse it sometimes. That's why sometimes I see as of recent, especially I haven't been dropping a lot of videos during the day, and that's because when we was moving around, I think my computer just got a lot of wear and tear. Remember, I lost it at one point, and I think my computer just got a lot of wear and tear, and it's just not the same computer. So I'm doing the best I can with it. Salute to it. I'm very happy that I'm very it's, it's still working. So we still kicking. Let's go. I'm very upset that the damn live ended. I was calling out dude's drop, and it was gonna be a dope drop because for everybody that don't know, Team Moto had just did a drop. Shout out to Team Moto Productions. Um, they're presenting a night of laughter with the legendary queen of comedy, Monique and friends, June 18th at the Duke Energy Center for the Performing Arts in Raleigh Memorial Auditorium. Go get some tickets, check them out. And not for nothing, they did it actually the right way. I saw them come into the chat. As soon as I saw them come into the chat, I remember that they are a people that we sponsor on this channel, so I immediately ran their plug. And that's how it works over here. So if you was a person that you was doing some kind of advertisement over here, and let's say you had some friends and family, or you had some people particularly watching the show that night, if you did a drop, then I'm gonna do your freaking plug. So let's say you just had some individuals on the show that day. Let's say we're doing a specifically good show that you would like to be a part of. So, and whenever you already have any kind of promotion going with me, that's you cueing me when you would like to have your promotion ran. So, like I try to tell you, I try to integrate this. I try to be as integrated as possible. We do a lot of things over here that's new that other channels start trying to get in, start doing sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. We do a lot of things over here that other, not just entities, media entities, not just YouTube channels, actually start incorporating. So I'm just gonna be quiet. So, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? When you affect the algorithm. And shout out to Mop. He reached out to me the other day because I missed a couple of recordings apparently. Y'all already know I missed a couple of recordings for the podcast. So he reached out to me the other day, make sure that I was gonna pull up this week for the podcast. I'm assuming because we're definitely going to be talking about Will Smith and that whole situation. So definitely probably what they want me to pull up for the podcast. I need to try to get there more often. We're going to try to pull up for that podcast at least twice a month minimum. You understand what I'm saying? Because we got other things that we also need to start getting off the ground. And currently, uh, we got like a million different battles on a ton of different fronts. So we got a new battle every day that we have to start fighting. So tomorrow we're gonna have a different battle that's gonna pop up. I don't know where. We're gonna see what we're gonna do about that one. This shit crazy. Niggas be like, shit's crazy. Shit's crazy. Shit is crazy. You better just try hard. Cause I know who behind all this. You better just try hard. You better just try your hardest. Cause you already know what type of time I'm on. You already know what type of time I'm on. And you know God with me, so you know I'm gonna eventually win. You know what type of time I'm on. You've seen the miracles happen to me in my life over and over again. So you know what type of time I'm on. You've seen the miracles. Um, the weather's crazy. Yo, so I'm gonna say this, right? So as y'all know, I got bad allergies, right? So my allergies is crazy, right? So it behooves me, and it's good for me when it's cold outside, because that means the pollen ain't everywhere, right? The pollen count is low, right? That's what I guess that shit means. But I want summer to come back, because I want to bring this basketball to y'all. And when we get off of here today, I got to make sure I get some of my workout in. I got to do some of the workout inside the crib today, obviously. I had a dream last night. I'm going to tell you about this dream that I had real quick. So, in part of my dream, I had my workout equipment, but I had my old workout equipment from back when I was in Georgia. Let me tell you about this real quick. We want to get to the show. I'm just waiting for some people to pull back up into the chat. Um, so when I was in Georgia, I had this bench set, right? Okay, so long story short, when I moved down to Georgia, they packed all of my stuff up on a truck. I was already in Georgia, so they brought my stuff down to me. When they was bringing my stuff down to me, I had this bench that I loved. I had this bench my whole, like, I got the bench probably when I was about 16 years old. I moved in with my father in what do you call this place? Executive Towers. I moved in with him when I was about 16 years old, 16, 17, right? So one day I just came home and I was still a little skinny kid. So I came home and he had a whole weight set on the terrace for me. This is my favorite thing my father ever gave me in my life. This is the best thing besides life, obviously. This is the best thing he's ever given me in my life. This is one of the most applaudable things that he's ever done for me in my life. This changed my this is one of the most, this is a seminal part of my life. This is a fact. So he bought me a weight set and he didn't even, he didn't say, yo, I bought you a set or nothing, because he don't operate like that. So he just said, yo, go look out on the terrace. So I walk out on the terrace. I don't even know the weight set is there. It wasn't brand new or something. He got it from somewhere, but it don't matter to me. It's brand new to me, nigga. Anyway, that weight set had a bench. It had a weight bench, and it's my favorite weight bench I ever had. It was super small, and I was able to put the weight bench in my bedroom. So I was able to sit the weight bench up on the wall in my bedroom, so when my friends came over to play video games, they could literally sit on the bench. And then when it was time when nobody wasn't there, I just turned the bench around and I throw my weights on it and I lift it while I'm watching TV. So I just be lifting, and then I put the bench and I rack it, and I watch some TV, and I do another 10. I rack it, I watch some TV, and do another 10. So that's like my child, and then I do some squats, and then I go play basketball. So I moved down to Georgia, so they sent that bench, but he gave that bench to somebody for some strange reason. This is literally my most prized possession at this point. My most prized possession was my bench. That was my favorite thing. That's the thing I spent the most time with. I put my bench out on the terrace. I turn the music on, and I blast music, and I'll just be out there with a fucking 24 pack of fucking Budweisers, smoking weed, drinking beer, and lifting weights. Looking at the fucking concourse, because my terrace went out to the concourse. So I'm looking at the concourse out there outside with no shirt on, lifting weights for hours on end. One winter, summer, spring, fall. So I had a dream. I had a bench here, but I had the fucked up bench that they sent me. And that shit was dangerous. I almost killed myself like 3 or 4 times on that bitch. For real. Not even capping. So I wasn't able to really lift when I went down to Georgia. So, because I ain't have no bench. And when they did send a bench, they sent that dangerous shit. And I lift heavy. At least at that point, I was lifting pretty heavy. Now, I don't know if it was pretty heavy. I don't know. I wasn't benching that much. I was benching somewhere around my weight, maybe, but not my weight. But I was benching around my weight. Remember, I had to stay pretty slim because I was a basketball player, for real, for real. So I wasn't really trying to. I had another really funny story about basketball. I used to dunk, so I had lifts, and I got so big up top that my legs, even though I didn't skip leg day, but I got so big up top, and I gained so much weight. You know what I'm saying? I put on like a lot of weight. Like I went from 170 to like 185, 190, like this. And so I couldn't jump no more. So I stopped working out on my so I started, like, I do the curls and shit like that, but I started actively trying to not bench as much. I bench more, but not heavy, heavy, heavy. Cause I wanted to still dunk. I wanted to be able to dunk, and I like when I like doing my reverses and shit, jumping on this side of the basket and then reversing the bitch. So so I started working on the legs and one shit like that. Funny story and shit. Shout out to that shit. Then I went down to I was in Georgia, and there was this dude Sean something, I forgot his name, and he was actually he was actually tried out for the Atlanta Hawks before. Like, he was really, really good, and I went to the park and I put that nigga on lock. Sean Carter, I think Sean Porter or something like that, and I put that nigga on lock. He was the best player in town. It was him and this other nigga. It was the two best basketball players in town. That nigga used to try out in the fucking for the fucking Atlanta Hawks. That's how good he was. And I went down there and I put that nigga on lock. He was the best player in the town. And I'm telling you right now, if that nigga come up here right now, act good as he was when I saw him down there, if he come up here right now and me and him go to a park and we playing, we on the same team, we not losing. He's one of the best players I've ever played against. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. One of the best players I ever played against. He was like Sean Porter, Sean Carter. I forgot his name. Nigga was nice. He had a sister too. She was fine. I'm just talking shit at this point. He had a sister too. She was fine. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to fuck with her. A little shy nigga though. A little shy nigga though. Like I'm really used to like women coming up to me and coming up to me first. Like for real, for real. Ever since like kindergarten, first grade, all that shit. Like I'm really used to women being. So I don't know. That's just the women that it just I'm more attracted to. And I don't know, that's the one I get. I don't know. Just that's what I'm used to. I don't know what to say. I'm just not used to women being shy to me. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm not used to that. So when they shy to me, I don't know how to react. like I don't understand that. Like I don't understand that. Shout out to all of them women out there that be liking a nigga, but they be like, yo, that nigga got to step to the plate. Shout out to all of them. Appreciate y'all too. That's a fact. Shout out to all of them women out there that see a nigga and be like, yo, fuck it. I'm going to initiate the conversation. We're going to see where this goes. Shout out to all of y'all too. We need y'all too. That's a fact. We need everything. Let's get back to the actual chat. First of all, shout out to everybody that came back. I was just trying to wait for a couple of people to get up in here. Shout out to It's Easy, Del Denton, Blazing Backwood Podcast, the real Mookaloonie. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean, but I'm assuming it's some bullshit. I want to say something real quick, and I want to be real explicit on this point. I want to be extremely explicit on this point. Name me an Oscars where more black American black men won awards of any kind than last night. Top awards. This nigga, they gave one dude, they gave Samuel L. a honorary. Okay. They gave Will Smith the top acting. And now I'm hearing Questlove won some shit. I didn't even know that happened. I'm being honest with you. I don't watch the fucking Oscars. I don't watch the Grammys. I don't watch any of those award shows because I'm usually watching those shows and people are winning that I don't think should win. So I'm like, this isn't for me. So I'm not gonna tell you don't watch it. It might be for you. It ain't for me. And that's why I think they added that drama last night. I'm telling you right now, what sells more than violence? Name me one thing that sells more than violence other than sex. Other than sex, what sells more than violence? Other than sex, what sells more than violence? I'm sitting here, I'm listening, tell me. I'm paying attention. All ears. Tell me what sells. Samuel L. Jackson is 100% one of the best actors of all time. This is a fact. But when do they celebrate black actors in Oscars in Hollywood? How often is that actually done? I'm going to say something that's going to sound fucked up, but pay attention. They knew dude that played Black Panther was dying and he had cancer. They literally cast a person that was dying as literally our biggest black superhero in comics. For those that don't know, Black Panther is the richest person in comic books. There is no one richer than him. Not on Earth. I mean, if you talk about galactically, then yeah. I mean, what are you going to do to people that own planets? But on Earth, Black Panther is the richest person. Period. How could the best way I could explain this? What's the most, imagine gold being what gold is now, right? Now imagine one country having 99% of it and the rest of us having 1%. Like that. No, okay. Imagine oil. Now imagine one country having 99% of the world's oil and every other country having all of the rest of the world combined having 1%, really less than 1%. And that 99% is owned by one person. He's the richest entity in comic books. They put someone to play him that had a terminal disease and was dying. No one else thinks about this and thinks that that's weird. They knew there wasn't going to be a Black Panther Part 2 with him in it. Is he an incredible actor? Hell yeah, he is. Did they do the right thing by giving him that role? I will be lying if I told you they did the wrong thing. He got that. I'm going to tell you what is one of my favorite scenes in all of kind of cinema. But specifically Marvel cinema. Do you remember the scene where he's fighting Iron Man? When he first pulls up on them in Civil War, and they at the fucking building with Bucky. I think they just captured Bucky or some shit. So you got Tony Stark, and Tony is out there talking, and his wrist watch turns into the glove while he's fighting Black Panther. And somebody pulls a gun and tries to fire, and he turns the anyway. And then that's they fighting the Winter Soldier. Pardon me. They fighting the Winter Soldier. Pardon me. Oh, I got the other drop I got to call too. Hold on. I'm going to got the other drop I got to call too. Hold on. I'm going to call them both right after this story. And they fighting the Winter Soldier, right? Tony and fucking and T'Challa. But T'Challa don't got the suit on. And then T'Challa does that jump down and the nigga come up and the nigga just come up like that. That's my favorite fucking scene. That fucking, the framing, the fucking acting, everything when the nigga just, the royalty. You could just feel the energy. So yeah, they picked the right person. He just happened to also have a terminal illness. Shout out to the artist formerly known as Anandre. He said, "Who's next?" I looked for his drop. I haven't seen it yet. Shout out to Prince to Amir, putting the Cash App in the chat. Let's give 5 to 10 $10 drops to the Cash App for real. And I'm gonna call out Team Moto drop right now that I was trying to call out previously when the fucking computer went off. Shout out to Team Moto drop. He says, "Who's next?" Team Moto pulls up into the saloon. He has his whole troop behind him. There's about 20 of them. He walks up to the bartender. He says, "Hey, Mr. Bartender, I got these $20 right here. I want to know, could we get up on that stage and could we do some of our performances?" Bartender says, "Not a problem. And on top of that, if you need some background extras, we got some ladies upstairs." Shout out to Team Moto Productions, pulling up to Saloon with the dub drop. He says, "Who's next?" Also, shout out to Team Moto Productions. They're going to present to you a night of laughter with the legendary queen of comedy, Monique and friends, June 18th at Duke Energy Center for the Performing Arts in Raleigh Memorial Auditorium. Make sure that you go get your tickets. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a laugh fest. You're going to be doing so much laughing, your gut busted. You're going to love it. I promise you. With that being said, who's next? I'm touching my computer and shit. See how hot this shit is. This shit is burning. Like this shit is gonna turn off by itself any minute now. Like I said, if Chris Mock was with it, if his people in attendance was with it, could have been fatal for anyone to, including Jada, step to that man offline. Once again, I think it was staged. But also with that being said, whether it was staged or not, the overlying implications of what happened is probably going to be beneficial for the black community, because the one thing that we have that no one else has to the magnification that we have is internal beef with one another. Our internal beef with one another creates the type of publicity that other demographics just don't. Tell me where I'm wrong. Dude, we're talking about Chris Rock, Chris Brown, Chris Rock. I said it the right way the first times. We're talking about Chris Rock and Will Smith and Jada, and there's still a war going on the other side of the world. The only time I hear about that war now, it seems they talking about black people. Did you hear the thing they said now? If you're gonna go over there to help, like, you know, be like one of the peace people to go over there and help, just be prepared for Ukrainians to call you the N-word. Yeah, they're selling that now. So this is the thing. If you want to promote a thing, attach black people to it. Pay attention to our power. Pay attention to our power. Stop falling for the shenanigans. People stay falling for the damn shenanigans. This shit always kills me. Stop falling for the shenanigans. Pay attention to our power. You don't think people gonna watch the Oscars next year? Who you think gonna host the Oscars next year? It's gonna be Chris Rock again. You don't think people gonna watch to see what he gonna talk about? See what he gonna say? Blazing Backwards says, I just think it's a coincidence they did this after Joe Biden announcement. What Joe Biden announcement and did what? Which thing are you talking about? I just wanna thank you for not playing the pronoun game and just saying Joe Biden's name. Appreciate that. But I just want to be clear on. Let me get this seat right. I just want to be clear on what I'm speaking about before I say something, because sometimes I be thinking y'all know what y'all talking about, and then I'll make a comment, but y'all really talking about something else. Then it just sounds like I'm saying I'm being crazy over here. So I just want to be clear on what you're talking about. I'm not trying to trip you up. I'm not trying to get fuck. I'm not playing with words. I'm never playing with words. I'm literally saying shit straight out. Believe me, every time if you watch, listen to when you hear, if you hear anybody say it was playing with words and you ask them, they're gonna say, well, I thought he said. Yeah, but he literally said the thing. Yeah, I know he said that, but I thought he meant. No, I'm literally saying what I mean when I talk. Please just accept I'm saying what I mean. And not that I'm really mean some other shit. I don't mean other shit. I'm saying what I mean. If I say something and you're assuming I mean something else, I cannot control that. Just ask for clarification if you don't know. I'd be more than happy to clarify. Is Blazing Backwards gonna tell me what announcement he's talking about and what coincidence it is? Fuck, I'm just gonna keep going with the show. I was trying to say filler, waiting for him to comment, but he's not gonna respond back, so I'm just gonna keep going with the show. Um, we was in a good stride, and the whole fucking computer cut off. Monroe, don't take this the wrong way, but you should put all of that energy into fixing whatever problem you have in your life. How about that? Boom. Don't take that the wrong way, though. Whatever problem you have in your life, you should use that energy to fix that. Don't take that the wrong way, though, Monroe. Oh, you have zero problems in your life. Then why would you be over here worried about my problems? That doesn't make sense. You know, people with zero problems in their life, they usually, wouldn't be where problems exist, right? They've been talking about a new world order since freaking forever. They've always, that's not a new announcement. What are you talking about? Every president talks about the new world order. Literally every single president. What are you talking about? No disrespect. I just don't understand what you're saying. Every president talks about a new world order. Every single one of them. At one point or another, that's what they talk about. Every last one of them. A reconfiguring, basically, of, I don't know if it's supposed to be a reconfiguring of like the financial. I'm not sure exactly what it's supposed to actually be. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people, want to talk about the new world order, they talk about it the way that the world is going to be ran, but the world isn't ran the same way anymore like it was ran back in the 60s or the 70s or the 50s or the 40s, right? Oh, you didn't want to say due to YouTube. All right. Um, you understand what I'm saying? So the world wasn't ran the same. The world is ran different now. Like literally, the world just ran through social media, right? You think that it's a coincidence that Trump tweets at 2 o'clock in the morning? Think that's a coincidence? Yeah, since 1776. say earlier. Exactly, Prince Lumia. So, yeah, so I'm not trying to throw shade on what you're saying. Don't take it that way. I just want to just bring to the awareness that a New World Order issue has been a situation for the fucking longest. That's all. Give me 1 second. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to throw shade at what you're saying. I'm looking for a thing. What the fuck? Alright, we're gonna do this. Yeah, so I'm not trying to throw shade at what you're saying. I'm just trying to say a new world order situation has been a thing for quite some time now, and every president has spoken about it. So that's why I don't even think it's a. Just so we could be clear, I don't even think it's a. I don't know how to say this. You know how you constantly hear about something over and over and over again, and when you first hear about it, people be like, you don't know if it's real, but now you hear about it so much that now you like it just got to be a thing that's real. That's how I accept the New World Order. Not that I ever thought it was fake. Not that I ever thought something like that was fake. But my point is that we don't really even know what it is. Like you can't tell me what it is. You understand? Like you can't tell me what it is. All you can tell me is that it's them, they, people doing a thing. You can't tell me what it is. That's on the dollar bill. New World Order. That's the last three words. What's the first word? First two? Um, Latin, right? But anyway, in any regard, yeah, exactly. So, in any regard, um, you people can't even tell us what it is. You understand what I'm saying? Right now, they're creating money out of nothing. What do you think crypto is? They recreating money out of the expectation of value. I'm gonna say that again. They're creating money out of the expectation of value. They're creating money out of nothing. Nobody's been paying attention to what's really going on. They're creating money out of nothing. Think about that for one moment. Well, people really paying attention to what's going on? Anybody paying attention? This is what I mean by I talk about all of these different topics that everybody else talk about, but I'm promising you, I'm not talking about it from the same perspective. I promise you. I get it. People rather talk about it like it's on the street corner. I'd rather talk about it like we sitting together at a table. Like we had we in a big banquet room. We're having a discussion. We're in an auditorium. I don't want to talk about it like we standing in front of the fucking bodega. I just don't. Because those conversations usually stay low frequency so everybody could absorb it. I say let's raise the frequency and let's encourage people to want to be able to absorb more. Blazing Backwoods said it's a good shortage all over and the gas price is up. I think they're trying to get rid of the middle class. They've been trying to get rid of the middle class. But it's not that they're trying to get rid of the middle class as much as the middle class pays for everything. That's what people don't get. The middle class pays for everything. The poor, how can you pay for anything if you poor? You can't pay for shit. The middle class pays for everything. The rich people don't pay for half of the shit. If people in the 1% paid their share. Okay, so let's stop everything. I digress. Let's move back for a minute. There's another country. I don't know if it's Sweden, Switzerland. I forget what country it is. But in whatever country this is, you get a check just for being a citizen. I think this is also the same country that has like the highest as far as education go in the world, by the way. You get a check just for being a citizen. So they can make sure nobody's homeless. That's the idea, by the way. You get a check just for being a kid. I think they got a 4-day work week. And I think that's the same country where you could just take 2 years off from work with like full pay or some shit like that. Just so we can be clear. So now we talk about this country. How do they treat our middle class? The first people taxed. Okay, so what up, No Limit War? Okay, so no, I'm not talking about Canada, by the way. I'm not talking about Canada. I don't know Canada's policies. I'm talking about a European country. Yo, look, pay attention. Right? Pay attention. The middle class pays for almost everything. They've even convinced the middle class to buy shit that we shouldn't be buying. They convinced the middle class to go out there and try to get all types of different fucking um 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 uh, uh, cars and clothes and everything else that they probably shouldn't even be buying. The middle class pays for everything, and they're the first taxed. No Limit War says they got something like that in Canada too. Salute to Canada. Salute to that other country I'm thinking about also. They make niggas feel bad. I'm not currently on welfare. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it either. They make people feel bad for needing public assistance, right? While at the same time, while at the same time, at the same time, listen to this. This is the wild shit. They make motherfuckers feel bad for getting public assistance. Wow. At the same fucking time, if you're not on public assistance and you make minimum wage, taxing you so much that you have to work like a slave to make a decent living. I'm going to say that again. Listen and pay attention. Yeah, Sweden. Thank you, Deshaun Washington. Salute. Sweden. I said it was either Sweden or Switzerland. I couldn't remember which one. Listen, pay attention. They make fun of you for being on public assistance. But at the same time, and I'm specifically talking about inner cities specifically. But at the same time, if you go get a regular job and you just make minimum wage, you have to work yourself to death to make an honest living. Do you understand that? Like, are you really, like, you really understand that? You really understand that? Because I know people say that they understand shit like that when you having a conversation with them. And they're going to talk about all of the shit that you could physically see, but they're not going to talk about the emotional imprint that makes on a child seeing this. And then you wonder why our kids is in the street. Kids that got to watch their mothers and fathers work there to the bone to struggle. To struggle. There's a reason why these kids are shooting each other up in the street, but I digress. Um, so yeah, so the middle class is just stretched to the bone. They don't, it's not that they don't want a middle class. It's just that if they don't do these things to the middle class, if the middle class, okay, so where they gonna get the money from if they don't stress the middle class? The poor don't have it, and the rich don't want to pay it. So if they don't stress the middle class, where they gonna get the money from? Is that a better way to put it? 13 to 14, 13%, but 13 to 14%, I'm here for that. Of the population being black can't take the bulk of welfare. Statistics, no, no, I'm not talking about, I'm not even saying black people at this point. This isn't a black-white conversation, Prince to Amir. No, there's more white people on welfare. Actually, the red states have more welfare than any other state. The red states, actually. That's why whenever you hear these dudes talk about they're gonna cut welfare, they cut welfare in ways that it's not gonna hurt like their demographics. Those white states, those red states, I'm not gonna say white states, those red states, they get more money and they have more welfare than blue states. This is factual information, by the way. Yeah, this is factual information, by the way. So, at least historically, it's always been like that. If it switched up over the last couple of years, you would have to tell me. But historically, it's always been like that. Historically, they need the middle class to stay middle class to keep the economy going. My dude, if the middle class, okay, so if they didn't get the money from the middle class, where would they get it from? And if they keep getting the money from the middle class has to stay the middle class. Copy? How can you, do you get what I'm saying? The middle class has to stay a thing because that's where they get all their money from. So you want the middle class to do well enough to make the money, but you need the poor. See, that's the thing people don't get. Our whole system is broke. Shout out to Prince to Amir putting the cash app in the chat. Let's get 5 to 10 $10 drops to the cash app, you red bastards. I got a drop last time. As soon as we got the drop, the fucking live went off. That shit was crazy. Yeah, so that's a thing. So that's what I think people got to really pay attention to. So that's something that's going on. They need the middle class, the middle. So people, but we don't pay attention to these things. We pay attention to stupid shit. But the and also the world kind of follows behind that 13-14%, because the world follows behind American blacks. We kind of run pop culture, right? The powers that be saw what hip hop was doing, so they wanted to muddy the water, so you can't really tell the difference between pop and hip hop, right? So there's a ton of hip hop songs out there, a ton of pop songs done by hip hop artists, right? Muddy the waters a little. I think it's good marketing strategy. I'm not mad at them. See, when people do shit, even people that I like. Okay, so let's say I'm a fan of a product and I see their competitor do a thing that I think is particularly slick. I can now like the fact that they did this thing that was particularly slick. As y'all know, I buy Jordans mostly. Moto, I called out your drop. The whole shit fucked up. My dude, the whole shit dropped. Y'all want me to call out the T Moto drop again? I called out the drop in the beginning of the live when this shit started. I didn't know if he was gonna be back. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. It shit just my whole computer just turned off. I need a new computer. I don't know what to tell you. I just don't. It just is what it is. This shit is old and shoddy. I'm doing it, but I'm very grateful to have it. So it is what it is. Yeah, that shit was crazy. I called out your drop in the beginning. You want me to call it again? I'll call it again. Shout out to T Moto Productions. Also, make sure that you contact T Moto Productions for a night of laughter. Get your tickets. It's with the legendary queen of comedy, Monique, and her friends, June 18th at the Duke Energy Center for the Performing Arts in the Riley Memorial Auditorium. Go get your tickets. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna laugh so hard. You're gonna come home. Your wife gonna think you cheated. You better take her. Get 2 tickets. That was a joke because I keep telling y'all, when I was a kid I used to think that whenever females laughed their vaginas got wet. So that was a joke about had to be dedicated. Jay Smith, somebody put the cash app right there. If you would like to donate, you can use that cash app that's right over your head. If you would not like to donate, you can just stay in the chat and chill. In any regard, can you hit the like button? I'm not sure what Deshaun Watson is laughing at. I just put live chat on all of this time. He says, "Word." I was like, "Oh wait, it's all good. We can keep pushing. Donate, boom, boom. They need middle class to stay middle class." Oh, you laughing at how the person said, "How do they donate?" And the Cash App is right there. I don't know, people. I don't know. They try to make it sound like all I talk about is donations. That's all. So they come in the chat and they ask me questions like that. So I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, niggas will be like, niggas coming, niggas will pull up on you and be like, "Yo, what's your name?" And you tell them your name, and then they go tell other people, "Yo, this nigga keep telling me his name. I don't know why he keep doing that. Don't tell him I told you that though." Then the motherfuckers is walking around looking at you like, "Yo, why this nigga keep telling that other nigga his name?" Nigga asked him, that's why he told him. But nigga never came to you and talked to you about it, so they don't know what happened. Um, with that being said, you say he's probably a rapper. Yeah, he's probably a rapper. Who knows? Jay Smith. I don't know. Kick him. If you want to kick him, kick him. I don't like that name anyway. I don't even like seeing that name in the chat. Kick him if you want to kick him. Um, would anybody like to do a BBN award show? If I said, could I get some people together for the voting process? And we could do a voting process, but we have to figure out how to do a blind voting process. I would really want to do a blind voting process, though. If I could just figure out a way to do it so people can't just cheat the shit so we have a fucked up. See, that's what my thing is. Like, I want to joke around, but certain things I want to do and it be real. But it's hard to do because so many people are just. I'm not going to say so many people. I don't mean it. If Megan didn't get shot by Tory and she dragged his name, what should happen to her? Oh, is she in topic? I think they on the topic too. Let's get to that. We ain't talked about that at all today, right? Oh, we did talk about it in the beginning of the show. Beginning of the last show. Wait, first of all, I want to say this much. First of all, I want to say this much, right? Listen and pay attention. First of all, I want to say this much. I told y'all what happened the year it happened before anyone else. I literally was put on the game. I have a source. I can't tell you who the source is. I could, I'm just not. I don't even think the source cares if I tell you who the source is, to be honest with you. But I'm just not. I don't remember if the source told me on camera. I think they told me on the show. And after they told me on the show, we talked about it. I'm not 100% sure. But whatever the year was that she got allegedly shot in, it was during that August and September. We got multiple videos during our live streams talking about it. Now, with that being said, what the story I heard was this. I'm going to tell you again. Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez went to a party at Kylie Jenner's crib, right? So, homegirl had got back up with them because she was in quarantine. I laughed because he had quarantine radio that she couldn't go to because she was in actual quarantine. So they go to Kylie Jenner's crib. Some shit happens. Allegedly, Tory Lanez was paying the wrong girls the wrong amount of attention. Megan Thee Stallion gets upset. Allegedly. Then now, Megan Thee Stallion, who's drunk and being belligerent, allegedly, gets herself thrown out of the party. They leave because they came with her. So you ever been thrown out of somewhere where it's like, yo, your friend gotta go. So basically you gotta go too? That's what happened. They get to the car. They're in the car. There's more arguing happening. When the more arguing is happening, Megan Thee Stallion decides to get out of the car. Now this is where everything gets wavy. They don't tell me what transpired between Megan Thee Stallion trying to get out of the car and Megan Thee Stallion standing next to the car with homegirl getting ready to pull the gun out and shoot her. Homegirl allegedly grabbed the gun. Tory Lanez, and I've told y'all this multiple times, Tory Lanez tried to stop her from shooting her. The girl tried to shoot her. I told y'all this. That's what Wack 100 is allegedly saying now. I don't know the actual story because I just saw the titles of the video. I purposely didn't go watch the video. I wanted to know that anybody else hear what Wack 100 said so y'all can tell me in the chat. So I purposely didn't watch it, hoping that some of you watched it and y'all could come in here and tell me what he said and we could have an organic conversation with me not having heard him speak. Hey, can we hit that like button and let people know that we live again? If Megan didn't get shot and she dragged his name, what should happen to her? Well, first, Tory should sue. Tory should not just sue her, but Tory should sue all entities that partake in muddying his name and caused him to lose out on any type of payday. All entities. Sue. That's one. That needs to be done, in the words of T.I., expeditiously. Period. I don't even know what else to tell you. Now, everything else is how you want to deal with it. I want to see how black women is going to handle it. Because us as black men, we can't say nothing. I want to see how black women is going to handle it. If she, listen. If she gets on, if they have the actual case, she better hope that California just drops the charges with prejudice or without prejudices, or just drop the charges and be like, well, we're going to look for some more evidence. She better hope that that happens. Because the last thing she needs to do is get on the stand and then start talking about shit that they could prove being incorrect. And at this point, she's going to get on the stand and say that he shot her. And if she don't get on the stand and say that he shot her, then you know what he's gonna be able to do? Sue her ass because she went on social media saying that she shot her. And then on top of that, I'll just ask her dead right there on the stand when she says that he didn't shoot her. Well, then why did you go on social media selling his name? Did you know that that was gonna hurt his earnability? Did y'all know that this and this and that? And I'll ask him all of those questions. How did your label? Oh man, I'm gonna grill her to death. I'm gonna get the names of every single individual that was but first of all, before we get to that, I'm gonna get the names of the people. Before I get to the part where we're gonna be doing all of that, I'm gonna make her have her talk to me about all the people that was helping her and protecting her from Tory Lanez, and then we're gonna point out how everything she's saying is lies, just so we can have all of this as court record for when we go for our sue, when we go to sue him. So my whole entire interrogation of her is with the understanding that we're just gonna prove everything that she's saying is lies, but we're gonna propose it or present it in a manner so that when we're rereading the paperwork in our suit, on our case, our civil case against them, it's gonna work in the best way for us and against them. So that's what I would do. I don't know if she could be facing jail time, but look at what happened with Jussie Smollett. But there's a difference. You understand what I'm saying? Like in her case, there was an actual injury. Could she get in trouble for lying to the police? I believe you. I don't know. It's however California's gonna want to deal with it. You understand what I'm saying? It's however California want to deal with it. Chicago dealt with Jussie Smollett that way specifically because he embarrassed them. He made them look bad, man. And then while he was out there, talking about this crime that didn't happen, he was also slandering them for not doing their jobs. That was personal. That's the person doing weirdo shit. Shout out to Southern V. Says good morning. Good morning, Southern V. Or was that good son? I'm not 100% sure. I'm assuming it's good mornings though. Yeah, so I don't know if she would be facing jail time. I want to see how the women Tamika Mallory is still posting support for her. So I want to see how the women are gonna handle it. That's it. That's it. That's all. I want to see how the women are gonna handle it. I'm hoping, um, like I said, there has to be a certain level of uh when people are admonishing her, there still has to be tempered with a certain level of compassion. Uh, that that industry that she in eats chews up women and spits them out. So I want to see how the women are gonna accept it. I want to see how they are gonna respond. But me personally, like I told you, I don't listen to her music anyway. So me being upset or angry at her isn't anything. I'm not one of those people that's gonna go around and try to, like, I don't like something, I'm gonna go chase you down and harass you for the rest of your life. Like, that's not my energy. So I don't listen to her. So it's me. However I feel about this is nothing. I'm not gonna listen to her more. I don't listen to her. What the fuck am I? What the fuck? I'm not gonna listen to her less. I already don't listen to her. If she comes on, it's because I'm scrolling on TikTok. I don't know what to tell you. So I don't know what to tell you. Tamika Mallory is still giving the girls support. I think Tamika Mallory is about to take two huge L's. The first L being the whole Biden shit. Uh, Everything Biden is doing is going downhill. What's gonna happen when it's time to go for new elections? That's when people like activists is doing their. That's when they're doing their work. That's when they're showing their worth. That's when they're doing their work. That's when they're showing their worth. I'm just telling you what it is. I think that her taking the position that she currently has and sticking to the position that she currently has is gonna backfire. It's gonna be bad. Involving Megan Thee Stallion. Because I'm telling you, the girl shot the girl. Or shot at the girl. She ain't get shot. But the girl fired the gun. So what are y'all gonna do when y'all find out Meg Thee Stallion lied and the person who actually fired the gun was a female? You understand? Like, that's just too much. That's just too much mud to walk through. It's just too much. It's just too much. And this isn't gonna be somebody making up lies or nothing, and you're gonna say, well, you thought you was just being supportive of black women. No, I get you, but it's a difference between being supportive of black women and just being attacking a black male, right? I'm not 100% sure why they got into it, but it was Meg. Meg was the one. Meg. She was the one that was getting thrown out. She was the one that was belligerent. She was the one that was drunk. Everybody else was keeping it together. So uh, it was her actions, allegedly. Copy? Yeah, I'm just saying it like that because the way that you said you think they got into it because the girl found out Megan Tory. Maybe they maybe, but I don't want it to sound like the girl is the reason. The girl isn't the reason. Homegirl, what's her name? I forgot her name. Um, Chelsea isn't the reason they got thrown out. That's all I'm saying. So Meg is the reason they spazzed. So maybe Chelsea found out about Megan Tory and then there was an argument and then Meg took it there. Maybe. I don't know. That sounds plausible. But I'm just saying Meg is the reason why they got thrown out. I just don't want to lose that point. The fuck? What? Wow, what the fuck? I don't even want to watch that. The real women peeped something was fishy when it took her 2 weeks to speak and didn't share info with police from the beginning, especially for the public only because WAP came out. Okay, so I'm not arguing that point, and I don't know when all real women recognize this. I'm assuming Southern V is a woman. Is that for Southern vagina? Anyway, um, I kind of sometimes thought it meant Southern like five. Is that for Southern vagina? Anyway, I'm assuming women peep game. I mean, I didn't think it was too hard to tell that she was lying. When I first heard about the shooting, uh, I laughed. I didn't even know how real it was, to be honest with you. Then I saw her walking, and I didn't believe she was shot. But we just kept going with whatever the narrative was because it was funny. Blazing Backwoods podcast says Tory probably prevented the shooting being even worse. Could have been worse more than the foot shot. That's a fact. Or him grabbing the gun or grabbing the woman or whatever he did. It could have. She probably didn't have trigger discipline. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have trigger discipline. Like they got their fingers resting on the trigger instead of on the outside of the bitch. So, a lot of people don't have trigger discipline. So there's no telling how the gun went off. In all fairness. But from he prevented something from happening. Obviously, she didn't get shot at all. So yeah, I mean, yeah, he prevented her from actually getting shot. So that's a win. And then Tamika Mallory says she still got shrapnel on her feet. So I think that the girl is just calling Tamika Mallory, lying to her, and asking her to post for her. That's what I think is happening. I don't think anybody's paying Tamika Mallory to do that. Not that. Like not that. Like not that. Maybe other shit, but not that. If they are, oh, but not that. Maybe other shit. Because there's shit like if somebody asks me to post and it might be their opinion on the thing or whatever the case is, and there's shit that I'll post it. But there's then other shit I'll be like, nah, I'm not touching that. I'm not getting into that water. Sorry. I really gotta start looking at my messages on my iPhone. Sorry, I really gotta start looking at my messages on my iPhone. I don't be looking at them. And then I saw something and I thought it meant something. Yeah, so I already told y'all this. Yo, don't do y'all realize how many times I tell y'all I'm literally a journalist giving y'all real information. If somebody tell you what I'm saying is lies, or if somebody tells you I don't have the right to do the news and you believe them, that's on you. That's on you. I've broken a shitload of stories over here. That's on you if you don't believe it. I told y'all before. Tory Lanez did not shoot the girl. He actually tried to stop the situation from happening. I think I almost had his bodyguard on the show. I think almost. I should have reached out. I think they said he couldn't talk. I should try to reach out now and see if he could talk now. Oh, Southern V is a V-male. V is for the first letter of your name. Okay. Just making sure. I didn't know if it was for the Southern vagina or not. Like, I'm stupid. Do not mind me. I'm stupid. Shout out to Prince Suamir pushing the cash app. Yo, saloon is open. Pull up to the saloon. Saloon is open. Who's buying me breakfast this morning? Who buying lunch this morning? Saloon is open. Let's go. Who buying lunch this morning? Yo, the dog start biting a police officer. That shit is crazy. Blazing Backwards is facts. You broken a lot of stories and been correct before the whole story came out. Yeah. I'm literally look, let me explain to y'all what's actually happening. A majority of the people who actually watch our channel, a lot of the people who a good percentage of the people who actually watch our channel are YouTube content creators. They're happy that our views are down. Because then that means that they can go take the stuff that I report on, make their video, and they're going to get seen and I'm not. I don't know what else to tell you. Listen to these guys talk. No disrespect to them. Shout out to them. But listen to them talk. Who do they sound like? Remember when everybody was sounding like DJ Academics? Who do niggas sound like now? Tell me where the fuck I'm wrong. What grown ass man is coming to somebody else's channel that's online and worried about what they're doing? What grown... Hold on. Y'all want to hear the song? Hold on. I gotta play the song again because I think the volume was too low. Shout out to J.E. Moneybags. Hold on. Hold on. Shout out to J.E. Moneybags. We gonna play a song just for you. Well, for you and all of your team. All the Team Slurp. Team Slurp, boom, boom. Team Slurp, boom, boom. Team Slurpity, slurpity, slurp, boom, boom. Team Slurp, boom, boom. Team Slurp, boom, boom. Team Slurpity, slurpity, slurp, boom, boom. Why do y'all think Jack Frost nuts is so delicious? Shout out to Team Slurp, worried about every single thing in the world other than the actual content that I'm creating. Shout out to Team Slurp. Yo, could we slap some haters? Hold on. There's people in here that fuck with me. Could we slap some haters? Could we put the Cash App in the chat? Could we slap some haters? Team Slurp. Team Slurp. Team Slurpity, slurpity, slurp. Yo, for real. Y'all should go next time y'all see one of these niggas on somebody else's channel, not their channel, fuck their channel, don't give them no views. Next time y'all see somebody on somebody else's channel and they talking crazy about Jack Frost, hashtag Team Slurp, nigga. Why y'all think Jack Frost nuts is so delicious? Yo, D Candyman, are you gonna pull up for some more promotion? I'm telling you. I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I know I'm asking you online. I need some of y'all guys that do promotion or have done promotion before to pull back up. I'm gonna be in podcasts and everything else. If you would like some of your products to pull up on some of these podcasts that I'm gonna be on, I'm shooting a podcast on Wednesday. I'm shouting out Team Moto Productions, Jump Off, and the other people who are involved that do advertisement over here. I'm just being clear on this. Team Slurp, Team Slurp, Team Slurp, and E Slurp, and E Slurp. Why they always worried about what I'm doing? Anybody? What the fuck, yo? Yo, ask them. Be like, yo, why they always worried about what you doing? Be like, yo, some real shit. Let's get back to the show though. Like, yo, why y'all always worried about what this guy is doing? Like, what the fuck is going on with these guys? Like, these niggas is really always worried about what this guy's doing. Like, what the fuck? Team Slurp, boom, boom. Team Slurp, boom, boom. Team Slurpity, Slurpity, Slurp, boom, boom. Team Slurp, boom, boom. Team Slurp, boom, boom. Team Slurpity, Slurpity, Slurp, boom, boom. Why do y'all think Jack Frost nuts is so delicious? Anyway, um, I don't know. We're already 12 o'clock. It's already pretty late. We're at 12 o'clock. It's already pretty late. Um, we don't usually be on this long. I'm just on this long because the fucking first live got fucked up. We was in it. We was actually having a good live, and that shit got fucked up for some reason. Why we still on? Anything y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. If not, I guess I'm gonna let y'all go. Pull up tonight. We're gonna be doing the saloon tonight. Anybody that wants any promotion, wants any type of promotion, just so we could be clear, I'm just gonna show y'all something. I just want to show y'all something real quick. Listen, pay attention. I don't have to tell everybody what I'm doing every single day of my life. The people that don't like me, they want me to have to sit up here every single day and tell you I'm gonna go I'm going to wash my clothes, and then while I'm washing my clothes, this is the detergent that I use. And I seen some people today, and we talked for a little while, and then they want me to do that. Or I wear size 10.5 shoes. My favorite, like that's what they want me to do. They want me to tell you, like that's the only thing I'm allowed to talk about is all of my personal business. That's the only thing I'm allowed to talk about. That's why they're Team Slurp. If you listen to see their comments, they never come in here and talk about anything else other than that. If people are pulling, I am 100%. I'm not gonna lie. Like it used to bother me. It don't bother me no more. It just is what it is. But it's real. It does like it's a little upsetting when people come back. Like people don't fuck with you, and then they contact you 4 or 5 months later, 6, 7 months later. You don't even know why they stopped talking to you, and then they tell you some shit, and then now they know it was a lie, and then you just sitting there like. So now we don't have a whole. You don't fuck with me no more. You stop fucking with me because somebody told you some shit and you didn't even come tell me about the shit they said because they told you don't tell me. Why you think they told you don't tell me? Anyway, um, so I don't know. This the shit. So my mind just I don't be understanding nothing. Like you understand? So my mind don't. I don't be understanding. Oh shit! I want to say something. Uh, about the kids that ended up shooting and killing themselves. Wow, shit. All right, I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, so like that shit is crazy. Hold on, which cartoon? I don't have a cartoonist. I don't have a. Oh, you talking about Streamport? The Streamport people they haven't been they haven't been talking to me, so I'm assuming somebody contacted them and told them I'm capping. They stopped contacting me, so I'm assuming somebody contacted them and told them I'm capping, because that's usually what people do. Because y'all have to understand, y'all think I just be coming up here talking. Like, there's a community of people that they literally sit every day, and they pick people to go at with lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie till they could confuse the person to not like me. So that's why if you see me just assume that, you know what I'm saying, that's why, like, that's what my family used to do to me, so that's what they doing now. You understand what I'm saying? So I already know where they get it from. So that's how come I know who's doing it. You understand what I'm saying? That's what my family been doing to me my whole life. Like, before you meet me, they tell you all of the shit that they could think of about me to say, yo, he's a great person. Too bad he did this thing. Oh man, you're gonna love him. He's so dope. You're gonna love him. He's such a good person. But too bad he did that. Like, they do that. They say you're a good person, and they say like negative, fucked up shit about you. That, you know what I'm saying? So I understand what's happening. So it is what it is. I understand what happened. This is what it is. I've been dealing with it my whole life. So it is what it is. Anyway, once again, I keep trying to tell you, I stop listening to niggas talking. Shout out to Mop. I guess he saw people talking about I wasn't a part of his podcast that he's doing. So shout out to Mop letting me know to make sure that I'm going to be there this week. So once again, I don't know what to tell people. As far as the cartoon, which cartoon? If you're talking about Streamport, I haven't been in contact with the people who's doing the cartoon. I've reached out to them more than once. I haven't been in contact with them, so I don't know what they're doing. Just so you know, I was just playing the cartoon. They stopped paying me a long time ago. People usually do. This is another thing I want to say that nobody's gonna probably tell you. But people that do promotion over here, sometimes they say they want to end their promotion, but I still run their ads for like a month, 2 months after. I still run their ads. Like, even after I still put their stuff up, even after they don't pay no more. Nobody talk about that though. You understand what I'm saying? When everybody's talking about all the negative shit, how much they hate Jack, they don't talk about all the times that I just be posting people and they told me they don't even want advertisement no more because for whatever the reason is, and I still post them. They don't talk about that, do they? When they talking all this shit, they talking about me. Do they add all of the free promotion? Do they add that? Or do they just say that the promotion ain't shit? But then they also see that every time I go somewhere, niggas that they would like to interview know who I am. So obviously these people are watching the channel, whether I'm getting views or not. Just so we could be clear. So I love y'all. I'm pretty sure next month there's gonna be another 10 of y'all that hate my guts. I'm pretty sure maybe in next month also there's gonna be 2 or 3 people that's gonna contact me and tell me that they sorry that they believed a lie. In either regard, it's the cycle that I go through, and that's what's gonna keep on going. So it is what it is, you know. No, it's not live. He films the podcast and then he puts it up. The other podcast is up somewhere. They never sent it to me. If they would have sent it to me, I would have posted it on this channel. But they never sent me anything, and so they never sent me anything for me to post. If they would have sent me something for me to post, I would have posted it. What the fuck are you talking about? They never sent me nothing. There we go. Look, almost got disconnected now. I don't even know what's going on. So the computer's probably gonna cut off in a minute or two. I have no idea. I'm just seat of my pants, yo. I'm just at the seat of my pants. I'm doing all of this shit from the seat of my pants at all times. I don't know what to tell you. If it looks good at all, I'm a genius. If any of this ever looks good, I'm a genius. I'm doing this shit from the seat of my pants. Oh shit. PlayStation is about to do some really dope shit. I'm PlayStation all day. I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody have a good day. We're gonna pull up tonight, obviously. Um, Anybody that feels that they need to know every single aspect of my life to fucking fuck with me, just bounce. Um, Everybody that feels like you need to know every single aspect of my life to fuck with me, just bounce. Stop watching the channel. Go watch a channel of a dude that you don't feel, or a woman that you don't feel like you need to know every single thing that they doing. Go do that. For the people that feel like the only way that you could support this channel is if you know when I'm eating, sleeping, shitting, if you know every person I had sex with, for those people, like just go somewhere else. Like there's no need for you to be here. I'm not even talking to the people that are haters. I'm not even talking to the trolls at this point because there's nothing I can do about you niggas. I gotta wait for you niggas to die. I'm talking about the people that if when these niggas lie to you, you're gonna just believe it or whatever the case is, and you're never gonna just. You might as well just leave. Alright? For real, for real. Fuck it. If you really fuck with the channel, you really fuck with Jack, then I appreciate you. And I'm very happy to have you. The government passing a bill to limit teaching to the LGBT in classrooms. I don't know how I feel about any of that stuff one way or the other. I don't understand why we're teaching sexuality to children at all. This is all a they trying to just build all of this shit together with um critical race theory. That's it. That's all that is. They're just trying to build all of this shit together with critical race theory. That's all. This is a long game they playing with y'all. So I'm not even getting involved in that. I don't care. I guess if y'all want to have conversations about that, we can have conversations about that. But that's just a long. They just playing the long game. As usual, black people, something is happening in the black community, and somebody that isn't a part of the black community that would never be able to have the thing happen for them is going to try to piggyback onto whatever the thing is the black community is doing so they could hopefully also reap the benefits. Now, with that being said, I also want y'all to remember how that shit panned out when they started letting people in the LGBTQ community, not pardon me, when they started letting transgender people start doing female sports. Let's see how that shit panned out. So, shout out to that shit, right? So just pay attention to that. Now there's a whole campaign going in many states to stop that from being a thing. Transgenders from participating in female sports, and I don't think it should be a thing. I don't think it's fair. They literally have a built-in advantage of testosterone. It's built in. They were born with it. It's not fair. If you're not clear why I'm saying that, it's basically we have steroids and they don't. Is that clear? We as men have steroids and they don't. There was a female MMA fighter, Ronda Rousey, I believe it was, and she said before every fight, this is when she was like on her winning streak. She said before every fight she would have sex, and I would be thinking, yeah, and you're taking in all of the man's. It's probably doing something for you in that moment, if not something, if not for something here, something here. So there's that. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go. Um, we're gonna see what goes on today. I'm not sure what we're gonna do today. It is freezing in New York City. Um, if anybody would like any type of promotion, hit me up. If anybody would like to discuss, and it doesn't have to be weekly promotion. It could be something that you just want to put on the Tonight Show tonight or at some other day in the week or whatever the case is. The only people who I will be calling out at any venue that I'm at or at anything that I at is people who do weekly promotion at a minimum. If you don't do weekly promotion with me when I go to a venue or when I go somewhere, and I'm not gonna shout you out. I'm only shouting out, and I'm only going to be advertising for the people who do a minimum of weekly, monthly or weekly. With that being said, let me get up out of here. I actually have a meeting I need to get to about a thing. The people don't know we need to meet yet, so I need to contact them. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bonus. Let's get it. Love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you.